I said it before and I'll say it again, Horikoshi does not get the respect he deserves as a mangaka for what he was able to pull off with My Hero Academia. Now, I didn't read the manga for this, I am anime only, and maybe some things in the anime has been a little more fleshed out, but to be honest, I really feel like most of this was done because the manga was actually pretty decent. Whatever happens in the final few panels of the manga, I still don't know. Maybe even I will say I don't like the ending when we see the final season next year. But an ending doesn't break a series for me because I just had 21 freaking episodes that was endings for so many different characters. If an ending is only a couple of pages to you, I mean, at the end of the day, that was a shit story. The ending for My Hero has been, it's going to be next season, it was the entirety of this season, and it was most of last season. This is a very big ending, and for a lot of different characters. Toga alone, a character who I thought was nothing but a psycho bitch at first, had one of the most emotional deaths you could possibly ask for. And what happened with her and Ochiko is enough to be a memorable ending for that dynamic. This was brilliant, and Iron Man All Might absolutely delivered. I have full live reactions over on Patreon if you want to see my mind break in real time to this My Hero Academia greatness over there exclusively. So, final season has been announced. There isn't many chapters left. That's why I wasn't going to be surprised if they did a movie as the final hurrah, just because it would be very easy to do. But they are doing a season. Most likely, I'm going to assume they find a way to do at least a 10-episode season. Maybe they flesh some things out. Or maybe things get dragged. I don't know. Maybe they'll pull a Demon Slayer and it'll be like 8 episodes. I don't know. It's just with how many chapters are left, you wouldn't think, based on the pacing that they've done up to this point, that there's even a core's worth. So it'll be interesting to see what they do. But you know what? My Hero will end in a season, and it's probably for the best. So, you know, even though I think, especially when it comes to the My Hero movies, it's not too long of a gap between, like, North American releases in theaters. I mean, still, it would have been a lot different. So, there's 2 big parts to this episode. The Ochiko and Toga stuff, and All Might and All for One. And I kind of want to talk about the All Might stuff first. It's a little monkey brain, I'll admit, but I just want to make it clear, the Toga shit was emotional. I was convinced they both were going to make it. Very caught by surprise when she selflessly sacrificed her life. Granted, had she not stabbed her to begin with, neither one of them would have had to die, but still, changed heart is a changed heart. I have to give props where it's due. So our boy transforms. And before someone tries to be like, yeah, but you constantly compliment the animation, did you not notice all the 3D? It's like, the dude had like 3,000 moving parts on that suit. I was okay when it was initially 3D, I'll be honest. I'm a pretty reasonable person. But seeing our boy, because he can't do what he used to do anymore, but having a suit that, we have Black Whip, we were one step away from a Detroit smash, let's be honest. And seeing him, the fact that he removes the mouthpiece so he can smile and laugh at this guy. We have a villain who completely got so red in the face, bull in a china shop, forgot what his mission was because he has such an irrational hatred for All Might and said, bet. And watching him, All Might was doing real good at first. Like, he was smacking this fool around. And when it looked like he was about to get smacked around himself, the idea of just keeping him distracted and then launching these extra attacks at him and just trying to... We end this season with Deku swinging Shiggy around with Black Whip, noticing All Might. All Might, he's running on 10% battery, if that. I'm convinced they kill an All Might next season, I'll be honest. I was very much against All Might dying for most of this episode, but how they end this, I don't know. On the flip side, Deku's a lot closer to him now, but shit, he's dealing with someone who can decay anything. I mean, I don't think Deku can really save his master at any point here. And that's the thing with My Hero. I know there was a lot of fake out deaths throughout this season, but My Hero does commit to deaths. Like, even if not every death gets commit to, there are characters who don't make it. There's a reason why I thought Hawks wasn't going to make it this whole season. And somehow he did. I'm baffled by that. But characters like Toga and Twice, you know, like, characters don't make it. I don't think Shiggy makes it. I think Shigaraki dies on. As soon as I saw to them committing to killing Toga, I'm like, oh, Shigaraki's dead for sure then. Because basically for Deku, Shiggy is to Deku what Toga to Ochiko was. Like, they had like a very similar parallel going on there, so if one died, I think the other's dying too. And All for One's bitch ass, it's gonna decay eventually, no matter what. So, it ain't looking good, but it's about to be exciting. I don't think, I mean, this is how I'm interpreting comments. It seems like a few episodes next season will probably be this fight, and then it will just be epilogue. Like, that's most likely what the final season's gonna look like, unless they massively extend certain things. Which, hey, I'm all for anime extending shit. I think it always works out well. I was someone who liked the original ending for Attack on Titan. I preferred it when Isayama extended it with the final chapters, like the extra pages. And honestly, the anime did it even better. So I'm all for an anime extending and fleshing things out better. But the thing about, and what I've noticed with the anime community, is almost everything that, like, manga fans desperately hate, anime fans are often really okay with it. And I think it's because of the difference. We're not, like, reading 20 pages weekly or monthly, and then, like, coming up with giant theories. For the most part, we just, like, especially with My Hero, we come back every year and they quickly show us what they want to do with it. So I think something similar is probably going to happen, but like I said, even if I turn out to hate the ending, I just had literally 21 episodes worth of an ending for all these different points. That still remains good to me. That's just how I am. Now, the Toga stuff, interesting. There's a couple of points where I'm like, okay, they might want to, like, bait me in with Toga not making it, but Toga will make it. Everyone comes crashing down. I mean, she wasn't looking good, but Toga didn't look like she was gonna die. And had she not given her blood to Ochako, she would have been fine as well. And this is what I have to appreciate about Horikoshi. So, there's a couple of things with this. One, it's usually the dude that a crazy bitch like this would have a crush on that would be the one to change her heart, aka Deku in this case. Not the other girl that I guess Deku has a crush on. Like, that never really happens. Two, they always live. Like, because she'll have a change of heart, we'll cut a year later and she's at school, pretend like nothing happened. That's where these shonens go. And instead, we have this selfless maneuver of, yes, I stabbed you. You've lost too much. Like, she was dying. There's no bait there. Ochako was gonna die without a blood transfusion, and her taking her ability and the fact that she could do that because she cared, and using the gravity to put the blood, it's heartbreaking. I think she was a crazy bitch for most of this show, but even I got emotional from that. Like, that was a fantastic ending, and I like how rather than just saying so many characters need to die in order for it to have stakes, it's like, when a character does die in the show, I feel like it has extra weight because, like, yeah, there is a lot of fake outs, but I mean, you're fighting an end-of-the-world threat. There should be some fake outs because you're not supposed to know who's going to guarantee make it. At this point, All Might has as much of a chance to die as to not die, and whatever they choose, I'll be okay with because I don't need everyone to die. Like, this was the perfect My Hero season, and I'm tired of pretending otherwise. Like, I just truly think some people just had an irrational hatred for this series and just didn't appreciate what was absolute greatness. The final season's coming out next year. I am definitely excited to see what they're going to do with it, so let me know your thoughts and feelings down below. Be sure to leave a like if you enjoyed, subscribe if you're new around, of course ring that bell, and like I mentioned, full live reactions over on Patreon, and hey, while you're over there, I'll also give you a video shout out. So today we got Jacob McDougal, Hat Guy, Sage Narf, Andre Cannon, JMW, Child, and we also have Silent Ghost. So I appreciate the support, everyone. Please take care, and you all have a good one.